Hello everyone, it's me. Today we're going to be playing Forbidden Isle by Sillow. This is one of the easiest extreme demons, and in my opinion, it is the easiest extreme demon that I've beaten. I think. I don't really know how to gauge the difficulty of this level, but it's a pretty easy extreme demon. Like always, I'm gonna go through the level and give you guys some tips and tricks on how to beat it. Because of how linear this level is though, don't expect me to give out too many tips and tricks. The beginning isn't really that difficult at all. The most annoying jump actually is this quad spike right here, but then again, it's not even really that hard. It's similar to a timing in Acropolis, which is a pretty low end insane demon. This ship part right here is pretty tricky, but you basically only have to click once every gravity portal. These two gravity portals at the beginning right here are pretty tricky, but once you learn them, they just get really consistent. There's not much for me to say about this ball part right here. The timings in this cube part right here might be a bit tricky, but once again, they're not really that hard. One thing I will say though is right here where you see this snake, if you click too early, you'll actually hit the corner of this right here, which is something I actually did way more than I should have. You have a lot of leniency with this jump. You can jump that late as you saw, so make sure you're just jumping late there. I say this in a lot of my tutorials, but make sure you're controlling your wave clicks. You don't really want to be spamming through here, because the moment you start spamming is the moment you have an inconsistent click pattern, and the moment you have an inconsistent click pattern is the moment a level becomes inconsistent. Right here at this mini wave, this is actually the hardest part for me to control just because of the weird ground spike hitboxes. You would have a lot of close calls like I'm even having in slow motion right now, but I just highly recommend training your clicks here. Now this memory part right here is very learny. It took me a while to learn, even though I'm pretty good at the game. I'm terrible at memory, admittedly, but the moment you learn this part for the first time, you'll be able to keep doing it and keep doing it. What I'd recommend is not just learn it once, just make sure you can do it at least 5 times before trying to play the memory part from zero, because otherwise this part will become a really big choke point when in reality it's pretty easy. So yeah, just make sure you're practicing this memory part a lot, especially if you're pretty inexperienced with memory sections. One way I'd recommend learning this memory part if you really are struggling is by using either layout mode or hitbox mode. If you don't have mega hack, I'd recommend copying the level and then removing the decoration, or using the hitboxes in the editor and then playing the level with playtest with a start position. Right here, hit this blue orb as early as possible so that you land on the platform without landing on the pad. This way you can get the alignment to buffer the next 2 yellow orbs to finish the series of clicks right after here, which are just holds, they're not even clicks. Right here at this corridor section, if you buffer this click right before the first set of spikes, you can actually skip the second set of spikes. It doesn't really save that much in general, but if you really just want to do that, you can. But after passing that corridor, you get to the drop, which is very linear and click pattern focused. Right here at the ship, I definitely recommend just clicking once per orb. You don't really want to have, like I said, an inconsistent click pattern. You can hold these orbs for much longer than you think you can. So just make sure you're doing that instead of just over-clicking. I will always say this, over-clicking in levels is bad because it always develops an inconsistent click pattern. Right here, this blue orb, you want to hit very early, just so you're landing on the corner of that platform right there. That click is really annoying and I died to it a lot. At the straight fly right here, I definitely recommend just clicking once. You don't have to click any more than that. And it makes the transition into the wave a lot easier. This ball part right here is a choke point. Something I did though, if you play off of visuals, something I would recommend is that if you look here between the spikes, you can use this as a click indicator to determine your click. So if your mini ball is on top of that, you can click here and make the click. And then same thing right here, where if you are right here, if your ball is right here, you can click and then make the click, and so on and so forth with each of these. So that's something that just really helped me when it came to that. And then right here, you have the 2 final straight flies to the end, which are pretty easy. All right, that was Forbidden Isle. Like always, I'm gonna save my opinions for the end of the video, but for now, there's not much for me to say about this level.
Wow, finally.
You know what time it is.
Aqua, you joined as soon as I beat an extreme demon. Like, I literally
twice. That's 2 times I've done that.
I literally beat it. Like, when you join the call is when the end screen is popping up.
Bro, I've done that twice. I've done that to Dora, and then now whatever that level is, 720. You're a weirdo.
Alright, that was Forbidden Isle. I do think that Forbidden Isle is a lot better than Azurite, which is Sillow's other extreme demon, and I think it does a better job in most regards gameplay-wise. I don't think it's better decoration-wise though. Anyways, in terms of enjoyment, I gave Forbidden Isle an 8 out of 10. I did find many of the parts to be fun, and I think that's just due to how easy they were for me. Obviously, it's an extreme demon, so it's going to be harder for most players, but this level was pretty good, and I do think it's a really good entry extreme demon. I believe that this is a really good example of an easy extreme. I also think that the balancing was pretty good. There wasn't much negative about the gameplay of the level. It's just that from zero, it did feel like a drag sometimes, but I can't really blame the creator for that. It's a solo project. In terms of decoration, unfortunately, I did give Forbidden Isle a 3 out of 10. It's a very low score, but I personally just didn't enjoy the level that much. This might just be due to me not really liking the color green, but my main problems with the decoration just came from the structuring choice. I didn't really like the structures in this level, and if I don't like the structures, I'm not gonna like the decoration within the structures, so that's the reason why the score is so low. Anyways, overall, Forbidden Isle is a good level despite my decoration score. I definitely do recommend it, but yeah, that was Forbidden Isle. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.